Hello everyone and welcome to the Colonists, done very quickly. This is Mission 7 Part 2 and we have a harbour waiting to go. We've just uncovered all the islands and we're a little bit interested in where all the different things are. Didn't find gold, which is interesting because we are trying to build a level 3 monument and you need gold for that. So not exactly sure where the gold is yet, but we have most of our construction being done on this main island where we landed. But there isn't any kind of iron or anything on there. On this island, we've just started going on there and we've got clay and iron, but overground iron, and there's not a massive amount there. So we're probably going to have to find more. Yeah, there's a few, but not many. But the clay is good. Now down here we found coal and stone. Probably not going to use that island at all. That is the only quartz. It's the only quartz, so we are going to have to go on there. This iron is probably what we're going to have to mine and ship it off. We have some salt, some coal and some clay, but we're probably not going to need that island either unless we are really desperate. To be honest, we're probably not going to use that island at all. This is the main focus because we've got an awful lot of iron and we've got some more clay and there's some more coal and there's the gold. Now I missed the gold completely at the end of the last episode, but we've spotted it. We just have to get to it and it's right in the center of that island. We need to get to it. So this island is by far the one we need. We need the iron, we probably need the coal, and we definitely need the gold. So let's place down a harbour over here. This is also a nice island for its size. We've cut all the trees down and you've got a nice little area there. So while we're planting our harbour over there, we need to start making some more wood. So we get ourselves some, my natural 1 planter 2 cutters. I do discover that it doesn't really work and I need to upgrade that, but we do need coal. So I placed down a charcoal burner with a charcoal storage unit so that he will just make as much charcoal as we can. We have some mines for both the stone and the clay. We have some energy places in there because we need the energy. We don't need that lumberjack down there anymore. But we're going to place a researcher here because if this is where the iron is, we can actually make the tools on this little island down the bottom and we can actually just use all the research down there, and it makes much more sense to do it that way. So now that we're here, let's expand. And we can try and start making our way towards the gold. Now we don't need the cutter anymore because there's no more trees they can get to, but we will place an above ground mine because that is what we need. We now also need to start getting the buildings to make the tools. So we have a blast furnace to turn it from ingots into to turn it from ore to ingots. Sorry, I got it the wrong way around. And then we need it to turn it from ingots into tools. So those buildings are down. We also place a food place here as well, so that they're not just shipping food in from the other island. And here we go. We are expanding our way around this island now. Now I know, looking to the future, we are going to need space for a cow farm because we need hide. This is a nice space. There's a lot of empty space here, whereas the rest of the space we have is already being used. So we might not be able to use that for the cows. So this is a nice place for that. So we need to expand as much as we can. Same as I did before, make energy and food here and water so that we have the right amount of things being made for all of our workers. Let's carry on researching here. We need the brick making so that we can start making bricks, because that is a large part of the research up to construction 2. And look at it all going. It's all going on strong now, isn't it? Innit though? That one little boat, bless it, is doing everything it can to try and carry everything across those 2 islands. There we go. We now have our sheep. We have access to the clay. And here is where I start to notice something. And I'm sure there's people out there that will tell me I'm doing it all completely wrong. I am probably doing it all completely wrong. But I noticed that it doesn't use what it makes on this island. For example, what I've noticed it does is it will make planks on one island. It will then take those planks to the harbour and they'll sit at the harbour until the boat arrives. Then it takes the planks back from the harbour to where they need to be. So even though I'm making things on this island up here, a lot of them aren't being used by the stuff on this island. It still has to come via a boat. Now, I don't know if I can specify things, but it just doesn't seem to work. And I find, if we're being completely honest, there's a lot of times when I'm waiting on things to work, because I tell it, for example, to make level 2 energy, but the level 2 energy will be sent off the island first, and then it will get level 2 energy from a different source on another island. It's very weird. I don't know. It just feels like it should always be using the closest. I mean, that's what I was under the impression that this would be, is that no matter what you build, it will always use the closest source of whatever it is you're asking for. But that's just me grumbling, because I do feel like, oh, I have an idle boat. You see, because that's my annoyance here, is I'm waiting for it to actually build this tower here. But the wood just sits around, not being used. And I have to wait for the boat to arrive before the wood will go where it needs to go. It's just annoying. I don't get it. But yeah, I decided, you know what? Look, if it helps or not, let's just build a couple more. Let's build a tree planter and a tree cutter. It can't hurt the situation. And hopefully that will help. Now we have another boat. So what we're going to do with the other boat. See, we've actually got brick making almost there. We're going to use the other boat as a second boat between the first 2 islands. So we've now got 2 boats. There they go. We are going to need that iron eventually. But I am continually making the bits and pieces that we need. And now that we have brick making, I'm going to start doing mining 2 as well. Because we need mining 2 for the gold and for the quartz. We've now expanded further, so we have access to all the iron that's on here. So let's start mining it. Now, it's no good creating a level 2 energy source here, just because it's going to have to transport the cider here. So rather than transporting the cider here, we might as well just transport the energy here. If something's got to come here, it might as well be the energy. There's our space for our cow farm. Can't do a cow farm until we get level 2 construction 2. So we do have to wait a tad for that. Boom, here we go. We're just making our way to the gold now. Screw everything else. And it's all coming along quite nicely. You see that? The tools are now doing their thing. Because we have our tool maker right next door to our research building, the research is actually coming along quite quickly. See, I did think of that. I did pre-hence that, and it worked out quite lovely. We have another boat being built because I know we need the quartz. So we have to at least make a harbour over there. And I know that that overground iron is only going to last for so long. So we are going to have to work our way over to that as well. Here we go. So we need the quartz. Let's go to there first. We know that I know I've got enough space to do all of the bookmaking and stuff on the first island. I then pause it because we are there. I make a tree cutter just to clear some space. Then I realise I can just make a path straight through. So screw that. I'll just go straight there. There we are. You can just cut down any trees you want. Now let's do this here. This is a bitch. Do not laugh at me. That was such the wrong position for that harbour. Now, it might not have been. It turns out. You will see what I mean. The bane of my goddamn existence. And you'll see exactly what I mean. There we go. So we've now got our gold as well. We can place the mine down, but we can't upgrade it to the level we need until we get the next construction, I believe. And that's what confuses me, if we're being completely honest. Again, you'll see it in a minute, but we have another boat. So I'm now going to send this boat to go backwards and forwards there, as you can see the line on the screen. Because everything is starting to take a little bit too long to go from that island. And I feel like a lot more stuff is going from island 2 to island 3 rather than 1 to 3. So this way we've got a boat going from 1 to 3 and then from 2 to 3. And we're pretty much done that we can for the time being because we now need the research. I have another boat. So I'm now going to get a boat going backwards and forwards so that I can expand a little bit on this island. Okay, look. I'm stupid, okay? I feel that it's not going to allow me basically, I feel that it is not going to allow me to mine the quartz because the mine doesn't become available. It's always never allows me to build it. I don't realise that I need construction 2 to build it. So I can't work out why it will not let me place it there. And I come to the conclusion, the harbour's in the wrong place. The harbour's clearly in the wrong place. We have bricks! We finally have bricks. There we go. And that's literally now waiting on... We're waiting on the research, and we're waiting on some of the building. As you can see, I've got a plank maker down here now. because I noticed that planks were needed by the blast furnace. So I decided to make those as well. And here is construction 2. Away you go. You need bricks, which is why I've been waiting. I still can't do it, so I decide I have to build a different harbour and then destroy the first one. There you go. Bring all the stuff across. And there we are. That'll be alright, surely. Surely that's the right one. That'll work, won't it? I moved the... And there we go. I moved the boat. And we're away. How cool is this? Still can't do it. I can't do it now because I can't get a road. The road will not go in between the mine. So I now have to relocate yet again to that little northern lump sticking out the top of the island, when you know what, the first one probably would have done just fucking fine. I wasted so much time. I wasted so much time on that goddamn harbour. But we have construction 2. We've done it, people. So there we go. I decide to build the harbour up here. It's very clearly out the way. There can be no further problems anymore. I have to relocate the boat once the harbour is finished. And then I can destroy this. And now I can actually make my road. I can build the mine for the quartz, which will then allow me to make glass once I need it. And that's everything we need. We've got engineering 1 happening, which will speed up the boats. And we have construction 2 speed on its way. We need the wheat farming and the bread making, but we're going to have to do that in the next episode. We will go to brick roads as well, and we need printing for the printing press. So that is where we're going to leave it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. The Colonists done very quickly. This is level 7 part 2. Please keep an eye out for part 3. Please like and subscribe this video, and I will see you again next time.